Greetings people, welcome to another video. And in this video I want to share with you some amazing information, some questions, some insights, some food for thought, or a lot of food for thought regarding our choices on diet, on food, on consumption generally, and how these choices affect our future, our vibration, our emotional state, our health, our state of being, and our relationships, our future generally. Greetings, my name is Alexandros from Greece. I come originally from Corfu, Greece. And 10 years ago, as I was walking my path in self-knowledge, what came into my reality, into my mind, into my space was the plant-based diet. That was really interesting because when I was 15, I started to think, okay, why am I depressed? What other people do differently? Why are they happy and stuff? So when I started to find answers, how the brain is working, how the emotions, the feelings are working in the body, how they are affecting our reality, or how are they creating our reality, I came to a point to realize that plant-based diet is the way to spiritual growth, to health, to ascension, to personal development, to personal growth, all these categories, all these different terms. Why? Because it is a cleanse. It's a deep, thoughtful choice to change your diet, to change your lifestyle, to ditch everything that you was taught in the past when you were young, when you were a child, from your parents, from society, from the community, from the school, regarding all these kind of beliefs. Like, I have to eat meat, I have to consume meat in order to be strong, I have to consume dairy, I have to eat my yogurt, I have to. All these kind of old energies and beliefs. Supposedly, our DNA is not carnivorous. It's not a DNA that its highest energy comes from dairy or from eggs or anything that has animal impact. Supposedly, and all in these spiritual fields, religions, and self-growth communities, you can see that plant-based diet is one way. It's not random. It's not random. So initially my plant-based experiment and lifestyle started back in 2016 when I was attending a Kundalini yoga class in Thessaloniki. So our teacher, it was one of the surprises. She used to surprise me a lot with some sayings, with some teachings. She was like, you cannot be in the self-growth path and consume meat. It's different energies, like you're putting inside of you the energy of killing, the energy of a lower vibration. What you consume has come from an action that is not compassion at all. So it was a little shock. I was curious why she was suggesting that. So I started to experiment on that thought. She was really inspiring teacher to me. She was very present, very balanced, very harmonic in her energy. She was also super serious and super strong. So I was like, okay, I'm a student, I will follow all the the lessons. I will fill into the lessons. Maybe some of these lessons or ideas or information are not for me, but I will try them out. I will fill them out by trying them. This to that, I started to cut off meat, and I was also inspired in combination from Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, this guy on YouTube, this amazing guy, because he was suggesting if you go on a vegan diet, vegan lifestyle, you will have tremendous energy. I was like, why this guy is smiling so much? Is he taking secretly any drugs or something? But the truth could be felt. He was doing something differently than me. He was talking about something that I didn't know, and he was suggesting that this thing that he was doing was amazing, and he gave him a lot of energy. So I'm like, okay, if I want to excel, that was my intention actually. I'm introducing myself. If I want to excel and I want to be healthy and have health in all levels, and this guy suggests this, I'm gonna try it. It was a seven-day vegan challenge. I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I wanted to do actually a 7-day vegan, raw, plant-based lifestyle diet for 7 days. So yeah, I didn't manage to do that, but I ate twice, I think, pasta, and twice I ate lentils, a lentil soup. So it was like 4 times in 7 days that I ate cooked food. So my experience was pretty interesting. I didn't feel that in the past. To have my colon cleansed, my intestines, how do you call it? Yeah, cleansed. It was an amazing experience. I could feel that. That all the lettuce, all the salads, all the apples, all the fruit that I was consuming gave a cleanse to my digestive system. I was digesting so fast. I was kind of hungry, and I was like, am I supposed to eat right now, or should I wait a little bit? What's the process? It's a completely new thing when you have been programmed, when you have a diet so many years by eating meat and eating specific things. You need to pass through a process of thinking a lot, because you're making new choices and you are considering if this choice is good for you or not. So yeah, a lot of thinking, but this fruit and these salads were so amazing. Gave me instant energy, and my combined experience was that sometimes I had a little more energy, sometimes I had a little more clarity, and one day, because my job was kind of a physical one, I didn't have so much energy, so I was like a little bit dizzy and so I got the feedback that I have to maybe eat more, or I'm in a cleansing process that I don't know, something is happening in my body. I didn't know anything about cleanses back then. So yeah, the experiment was pretty interesting and a big one and tremendous, because after 7 days of experimenting and feeling into that and trying all the salads with the mixed seeds, so I have protein and all these things for 7 days. I couldn't die in 7 days even if I wouldn't eat anything. Just saying. So yeah, I went with my brother and I had a pita gyros in Greek. It's a pita with pork. So the duality showed me that how amazing this diet was, because when I ate this thing, it stuck in my stomach big time. I felt so heavy. I felt that I ate stones because all the salads and all the fruit was being digested so fast that I couldn't have this burden in my stomach, this weight in my stomach. So that was pretty interesting, because I wanted to feel the difference. I was experimenting on something and I wanted to feel the difference. What's the difference? So yeah, that was the first experiment. I started to cut out meat in order to have more energy, in order to be more spiritual focused in my meditations, in my alternative remedy practices, such as the Reiki, such as the Kundalini yoga that I was doing back then, such as discipline to my spiritual journey and all this stuff. So yeah, I could start to feel some cleanse back then in 2016. And one extra benefit that I felt is that I started to have no cramps in the work. That it was a physical one, as I told you. It was like in a motorbike shop, specialized in tires. It was a tire motor shop. So yeah, I had more stamina and I had no cramps after excessive work. I'm like, something is going on here, you know? That was a really deep experience. Yeah, regarding the vegan diet, vegan lifestyle, like cutting everything of your diet, of your lifestyle regarding animal products, that came later on 2019, because I actually found on the street these guys in Corfu, Greece. It was a group of activists, of animal rights activists, and they were suggesting, they had televisions on them strapped, and they were like, these are the reasons not to consume meat, not to consume dairy, and they were showing some pictures and videos of animals being tortured, like pigs, like cows, getting slaughtered in specific machines. Very industrial processes, very humane ways to kill other species. And I started to be more shocked, actually, because I started my journey for high energy, let us say, also combined to health, because health is one reason to become, let us say, vegan, to follow this path. Let's not get attached with terms and words here. So yeah, 2019, I saw these guys and I was like, I had a really nice discussion with them. All the whys, why are we still doing this? And I felt like, if I want to be committed and disciplined to my journey, to my values, I need to follow this way. So I did it. I started to cut out everything, like eggs, like dairy, like honey, all these things that they were extra, that I didn't make a move in the past. And it was a process. People need to understand that it's a process. Your mind, it's like a tennis field, you know? Oh, where I'm going to get my protein, or I would like to have some chicken or some dairy. In this occasion, the dairy that I was suggesting about. There are vegan alternative of dairy. There are alternatives to have this cheesy effect in your mouth, in your brain, and not to get any animal products that they have been taken from animals violently. So it took some effort, it took some energy, it took some researching in order for me to be more precise, more confident in what I was doing. And one spiritual lesson actually was you cannot be confident in something that you just start right now. You cannot be confident. If you haven't done something in the past, you cannot be confident. Maybe you can be in some ways that something is similar, something that you have done in the past, but it's something brand new that you haven't done before. How can you be confident? So a lot of people mistake people that they are not confident in something, and they think that they are powerless or something, but the truth can be that they are more courageous and brave to start something new, to try something new, and they're out there, feeling the fear and doing that anyway. So just throwing a spiritual lesson that I find of value here. That was a parenthesis. And this to that, I entered also this team of animal activists, so that was more supportive to me to embody this vibration, embody these thoughts, to solidify these thoughts in my mind that I'm doing a vegan lifestyle right now. I don't buy this, I don't buy that, I don't buy boots out of leather, I don't buy things that they are animal made, and I don't support any brands. That's a personal actually opinion, that they have also vegan options, because if a dairy company makes lactose-free products or vegan products, they're still contributing in killing. They have cows, they are exploiting the cows, and it was not an easy experience because there are beliefs out there. There are beliefs that men are supposedly, in order to be strong and masculine, they have to eat meat. That's a belief system. It's not absolute truth. It's not, it can be somebody's truth, but it's not absolute truth. So many beliefs out there regarding a vegan lifestyle, a plant-based lifestyle, regarding your bone density, your hormones, how are your hormones after you eat a lot of soya, if you are a male, what happens to your boobs and stuff, what happens to your testosterone, and what happens to the estrogen, and all these beliefs systems. And I can see that from that perspective, because I am and I was an alternative healer. I am and I was and I will be a seeker of knowledge. So I know that a lot of people are just seeing their reality and they cannot see any further, and it's okay. Everybody's experiencing that. It's we're having a different experience. But I'm saying this because if we understand that how we perceive reality, what we are experiencing as reality, is what we are having in our minds, then we can see that there are different options and different experiences and different realities in life that we haven't experienced and that we don't know about. So one opposite reality is that you can eat plant-based, and be healthy, be strong, and have clarity and have high energy and be super healthy, and to live your life to the fullest. So that's an opposite belief, opposite reality, opposite experience that somebody can experience. But if you're not open to that, you won't experience that. So, yeah. A lot of beliefs regarding males, females, a lot of beliefs. I need meat in order to survive. The opposite belief is, a similar belief is, if I don't consume meat, I will be dead. I will die. And the next step in this vegan checkoutism was and experiencing was all the documentaries. I was hearing from all the activists around that some of those were harsh, and I was curious and I was not attracted to see and check. But something inside of me, a healthy part of my ego, of my creative aspect, wanted to check them out in order to have this information, to be aware of the team, what actually documentaries have they seen, what their eyes have they seen. So they made these choices to shut down any consumption of animal products. So one interesting documentary has to do with masculinity at its best, because it's called Game Changers, and it also shows that a vegan lifestyle, a plant-based lifestyle without any animal products, gives you advantage regarding muscle tissue repair, regarding high energy, regarding have all the excessive force in your body in order to have all this amazing outcome in your sports, in your everyday life, in your when you go to the gym and stuff. And the most important and impressive and attractive maybe to men was that the vegan lifestyle, supposedly, and they measure it, people that they follow a vegan lifestyle have a better cardiovascular system. They have a cleaner cardiovascular system in their body. Not if they are eating everyday fried food, okay? So that leads to bigger erections. And that's a huge advantage for men to consider, because everybody knows why. Everybody knows why we're interested in this information. So in this documentary there was some measurements during the sleep of men whilst they have consumed in the previous days vegan food. So they saw a difference. So I know that this is also attractive information to the ladies. So if you want to have more benefits in your life, yeah, you can a vegan way of living, a plant-based lifestyle can be more amazing that you can imagine at the moment. Another thing that I experienced and I wanted so bad to experience was the raw food challenge. So yeah, I wanted to do the 7-day vegan challenge and to be completely raw. I didn't manage, doesn't matter, because we can pressure a lot of ourselves. And believe me, when you do so intense changes in your body, there can be some consequences. So it's not recommended by me, and I think it shouldn't be recommended from anyone to suggest such huge different choice in your life, if you are eating the 1 day full meat, full dairy, full fried things, and then you go to do raw vegan lifestyle, it can be very, very intense, and it can be so intense that your health can be not in a good spot. So it's better to do things gradually. If you are starting to give these things a shot, and if you start to study regarding cleanses in the body, regarding fasting, and all this information, you will see that nobody is recommending to do fast changes, to do extreme stuff. Don't do that, because I have experimented in my diet a lot and I have paid the consequences. I thought I was dying at some points. It's not fun, it's not funny, it's painful, and it's kinda scary. So don't do that. If you want to do it, you can do it. So my point was that I chose that. I chose to do a 40 days raw vegan challenge diet. I was only consuming a little olive oil, but it doesn't much like raw. It could be, and I also was consuming some paprika. So these 40 days were no alcohol, no cigarettes, no coffee, no sugar, no salt, only fruit, seeds, nuts, vegetables, raw, frozen things like peas, spinach, and a little olive oil that I was telling you, olives. I guess I was eating some olives, yes. Tahini. Tahini, actually, it cannot be, it's not actually raw, it's like pressed sesame, that it has been roasted. So yeah, it was not fully raw, but it was a lot of raw. So it was very interesting experience. I experienced the same thing, my digestive system to cleanse even more. I wanted to do the first 7 days like fruit, only fruit. I didn't manage. And I started to feel again this cleansing in my body. Because if you eat pasta, all this gluten, if you eat a lot of oils, don't expect, even if you are following a vegan lifestyle, to have the best digestive system in the world. People say that we are not supposed to eat gluten, to consume gluten at all. And here is an interesting fact. The human body is designed to survive. So one function is to survive. If by your programming, either from your DNA, from your societal beliefs, from your parents, from society, from the school, you have been taught that eating gluten is okay, eating fried food is okay, it's something natural, you're gonna act upon that. But your body can show you a difference, different than your programming, that you think it's okay, that you think I'm eating this and I am okay, I'm taking all the energy in, because you can throw anything in your stomach and your digestive system, your body, will gonna try and find all the nutrients out of the thing that you throw in your stomach, that you throw in your digestive system. So, good deprogramming out of these thoughts, because if you have been consuming dairy, fried things and meat in your whole life, if you do something like I did, the 7-day vegan challenge, you're gonna feel differently, you're gonna be shocked, your body will be shocked, and then your mind will be shocked, because you're gonna feel different. You're gonna have an experience that you haven't experienced in the past, that you don't know. Because if you're eating all this stuff and one day you eat vegetables, doesn't say anything. The point is the cleanse and the focus on something specific. So yeah, there was also a study regarding that. In this parenthesis, I want to share with you that in a tray in laboratories, in some cells they were putting gluten, and they could see that these cells were consuming gluten in order to survive. But then when they put a different also option in the tray, these cells didn't go to the gluten, they went to the nutrients, because gluten doesn't have actually anything nutrition in it. It's a protein, yeah, you can have some amino acids, but they say we're not supposed to eat gluten. Anyway, that's still a little mystery for me still. I'm just sharing this information with you, so maybe you dive also deeper. And yeah, feel free to share in the comments, how do you feel about gluten? What experience do you have by cutting gluten or restricting it? Or what have you shared about gluten? Because I have also shared deeper things regarding gluten, spiritual stuff. So yeah, hit me in the comments. I think in these 40 days, one day I had also this experience again of like I had extreme low energy, and I was scared to death that I would die. Generally, in these fastings, in these cleanses, it is suggested to have some light walk as an exercise, to do some yoga, to do some tai chi, to have your body in movement, because the lymphatic system, it starts to cleanse, so it needs some movement. And in order to move the lymphatic system, the lymph system, you need to contract the muscles. This is how the lymph system is working and cleansing and moving. So yeah, I had a low energy occasion, but I had also an amazing experience that I didn't have experienced in my whole life. And that was after 20 days of these 40 days, I went to a friend that has a field, and she was doing some garden work. I was like, yes, I would be happy to help, you know. I would put my body in some move. There was a big slope. They have this careta in Greek, how do you call it? And I was trying to hit with this thing to go up the slope. I couldn't manage because it was slippery, because the inclination was so high. So I did it like 3 times, failing, also slipping because it was mud. And when I get up, I get an instant check of my condition in the body, and I could see that my blood was moving faster, but I didn't have this bounce in my head, this high pressure, like feeling pop, 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 all this thing. It was the first time in my life that I knew that I put specific amount of effort and I didn't have this outcome. I was like, wow, this means this is the meaning of clean vessels, of clean blood vessels, you know. I could feel that my blood was flowing so amazingly that it didn't find any restriction or any clogged thing or something, so the pressure could be felt somewhere in the body in an extreme way, either in the brain or somewhere, you know. So I was like, wow, I feel super healthy. I haven't experienced that in my whole life. And that was 4 years ago, when I was 31. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. So another amazing realization was that my body didn't ask for salt at all. This is life-changing information. This should be taught in universities, that if we follow a plant-based diet, we don't need salt. We get all the salt we need from the fruit, from the vegetables. Our body doesn't ask for salt. We don't ask for salt for the taste. It's so mouthful experience, and my body was craving amazing fruits, was craving amazing tastes that all the nature was giving me. I was buying from the supermarket, but nature was providing this food for me. You know what I mean? I was craving amazing fruits, and for me it was amazing experience to experience that and feel that I don't feel attraction to cooked food at all. I could feel instantly the disconnection, that this is heavy, this is gonna take energy from me by digesting that, rather than giving me energy. And that was an amazing experience to experience. So yeah, amazing realizations. And the last realization, amazing experience in these 40 days was I was eating so much bananas. All the bananas that I ate, I had so much energy that I couldn't lower my energy. I couldn't sleep. That was an amazing experience. I had to eat a salad, a mixed salad with dense stuff, like avocado and tomato and stuff, some olive oil, in order to lower my density, in order to feel denser, so my body could take some energy of mine, go to the digestive system, so I could feel some tiredness and go to sleep, because I had so much energy that it couldn't fail. At some point, you start to think, is this healthy or not? It can be also a scary experience too. And actually, what I want to share here with you is that some people say that maybe we don't need some sleep also, if we are doing such a healthy diet and lifestyle, living between the trees, in nature, natural products, fruits, vegetables, consuming healthy things, healthy relationships and all this stuff. We don't need so much sleep and so much food. And we can have all the clarity and all the amazing creative energy every day to create. And but that's something that I don't know. So maybe that's something that I will experience in the future, because I would like to experience a fully frugivore diet, like at least 3 months, to see how this sits in my body, sits in me. And I can see that there is also a Greek guy in in Ecuador, that he has created a frugivore community, full vegan, procreative and stuff. This mindset, like conscious community. This can be an interesting experience for somebody that has all these questions and all these questions inside him, her, and wants to find what's healthy, what's natural, what's high vibe, what's high energy, what's lifestyle is purposeful, what lifestyle is supportive to your existence. Because some lifestyles that we do have in these communities, in the towns, in the cities, in the big cities, they are not healthy at all. we think we're going somewhere, but I don't think so. And many people do not think so. So yeah, let's use these structures for good, and as much as they are healthy to us. We need to find healthy boundaries, healthy frames in order for us to thrive. As species, individually and collectively, we need to find some good frames and boundaries, to create some healthy boundaries. Another thing that I have heard is also a friend was in this kind of research about the blood types. I don't have a clue about blood types. I don't care. I don't care so much. I would like to learn actually. But if you have seen my introduction to the channel video, I think I say that there, that I have been practicing theta healing from 2018. And this seminar starts with some very interesting exercises, also how to repair your DNA, how to change your DNA, how to repair any kind of genetic misconstructs, things in genetic level. For me that was very interesting because I have heard about the DNA repair, the choices that we make affect our DNA, so that affects longevity. And I was like, yeah, we need that too. We need to change and repair our DNA consciously, intentionally, so we can thrive. We can't leave any lower energies inside our minds, inside our bodies. And yeah, we can't thrive like this. I would like to share with you 2 times that I ate meat in these 10 years of plant-based diet, but I don't feel it's the time. This is gonna be a next separate video, so stay tuned, hit the bell, hit the notification button. Remember to share this video with your friends, your loved ones, or all the people that they need to have to. It would be nice to see that video, to check this video out. And feel free to dive deep in this video, write down in the comments what are your thoughts, what have you experienced by experimenting in your diets, in your philosophy that affects also your body, the philosophy, the way that you see things, that you perceive the world, your values and stuff. Let me know, I'm curious, I would love to connect. One thing that we need to be aware of is that when you're starting to deprogram yourself, this doesn't happen in one day. I'm very lucky to find theta healing some years ago, as I told you, and I felt that I have the power to change myself, my belief systems, all of those, that they are not serving me in one only week. That was an amazing feeling of empowerment, of divine empowerment. But the virtue of acceptance comes in the game and says, look, some things take some time. So in order for you to excel, in order for you to leave some old patterns and behaviors and programming that they are thousands of years, because there are some people that they say that we are plant-based in our DNA, and this thing changed after the fall, after the great fall, after when we started to decline as conscious human beings. I don't know. I'm open to hear, to listen, and really process this information, all this kind of information. So yeah, be kind to yourself. If you feel like going plant-based, do it gradually, do your research, be kind to yourself, tap yourself in the back, on the shoulder when you do the next step, and please, please, please enjoy the process, not only in the plant-based journey, but generally. Rushing and becoming violent with ourselves, if we are not managing to achieve something, it's lowering our vibration, it's lowering our emotional state, our energy, and actually it backfires. So if you are a meat eater right now, if you are doing a carnivorous diet, do it step by step. Don't try to go fully raw vegan diet and stuff. Do it gradually. In the first place, put a goal to cut off meat, then do the fish, then do the chicken. Do it gradually, you know what I mean? So you can put a goal that you are moving towards to, like in 1 year I would like to cut all the meat and fish, you know, or to go on a fully plant-based diet, on a vegan lifestyle in 1 year. So if you have this goal and you break it down and you don't get crazy about I want this, I realize all the pain that we are creating in this world and I want to change myself right now. Yes, I know the feeling. A lot of people change like this after becoming conscious of something, of this violence, of this lack of compassion, but I want to inform you that it's also violent to expect from ourselves to respond to a new lifestyle in a single day, to respond and embody fully. We can do that through meditation, through visualizing, through thinking about all the aspects of doing that, but this cannot happen in 1 day. You need to reprogram your mind, to reprogram yourself regarding what do I consume, what do I not consume, and all this stuff. What are my needs? What is my schedule? What I'm supposed to buy? What I'm supposed not to buy? So yeah, it's not an easy process. It's not also a difficult one, but it's a process. So in order to have self-respect, just go with the flow, realize what is important to you, and enjoy the process. Do it gradually, because we can become really harsh to ourselves by judging ourselves, by allowing other people's pain and judgment of other activists, of other conscious people to come into our space and say, you are not enough, you haven't managed yet, you're supposed to change, now you have seen some videos, you are aware of that, why haven't you cut everything right now, you know? So this can be really pressurized in some people's minds, souls and bodies. So yeah, do that respectfully to your body and to your mind, and just enjoy the process, because Rome wasn't built in 1 day, and actually when we are pressuring ourselves so much, when we are harming ourselves in that way, actually we are reciprocating all a part of violence. So it's better to do gradually and have also compassion for ourselves. That's what I feel that is kind of better. Another reason to do that gradually is that I have heard, I don't know if it's true, that our body changes, let us say, in every 7 years. So if you are on a carnivorous diet and you want to change yourself in the next day, good luck, first of all. I hope you manage it in the highest and best way. And I want to say, okay, how about in 7 years from now, you are a vegetarian, you are a vegan, you do this lifestyle. Wouldn't you be satisfied if you have a past of like 50 years, 40 years, 20 years consuming this these products. When I went plant-based, I was 26. So for 26 years, I was doing what I knew to do best, what I was programmed to do. So don't be harsh on yourself, don't judge yourself, and please, please, please give some space to yourself to embrace and embody the new thoughts, the new movement, the new conscious decision that you're making. Probably I will come up with some extras. I also already told you about a video, the next video. What I really need and want to share with you is that if you're going plant-based, something really, really important is to focus on taking a B12 supplement. You will find many, many reasons and many, many people out there talking about B12 supplement and omega-3s. Omega-3s supposedly are super important for the brain. The meat that we are eating has also these fatty acids, so it's very important to eat avocados, soaked chia seeds, linen seeds, everything that contains omega-3s. They say, and I feel, and I kinda know that it's super important, omega-3s, so your brain functions in a good way. And it's a journey of self-discovery actually, because when you stop eating what you were programmed to eat, you start to experiment, you start to be creative, you start to be curious, and then you become creative about all the choices that you have, all the things that you want to try, all the new combinations regarding food, the fruit with maybe some nuts. Some people say that they don't mix up. I believe the same thing, and that is valid. So yeah, it's like you are starting to have a new life. It's a big deal. So yeah, that's all for now. Thank you for listening. I hope this video reaches you out if you need that in any level. If you have to hear this information today. And you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can have the next video about my 2 experiences of eating meat. And maybe the video with the extras. See you in the next video. Bye.
Forgive me, I wasn't able to love. Forgive me, sometimes I'm not strong enough.